chicken.
Wait, I wasn't ready. There has to be a little pause. There has to be a little moment before.
Okay, here's the moment before, everybody.
Alright, we're done.
So it's the normal crew. We got Steven, Jesse, Tuggs, Sebastian, Drew. Please introduce yourself, Mr. Special Brand Guest.
Oh, hi. My name is Special Brand. Brand-Aid. My name is Peter New. I play Big Macintosh on My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Sunil Nevla on Littlest Pet Shop, and I play Huge Delivery Man on 7 Days, which
best role
ever. That was my first role.
He won 7 Emmys.
7 Emmys for Emmys of the imagination, they call them. Emmys of the mind.
What about your most popular role? My favorite role personally.
What's
our favorite role personally?
Which is?
The Legend of Bonefish.
Oh, the Legend of Bonefish.
So many characters. I mean, what's your favorite character?
Magic trick introducer man.
Magic trick introducer. The real shame of that is that we only filmed about 4 or 5 sketches, but we did hundreds. You know,
I love them.
We should go back and we should film some more. They're fun.
I did like the brain is here.
Oh, you watched that one? We want to shoot that one. We want to actually re-go. That was one.
We're actually at a club on that one.
We wanted to go back and reshoot that one as adults, but we just figured we could transpose it easily into an office setting.
Yeah.
You know, so instead of having to get his report done for school, it would be just, I've got to get this report done for Mr. Mooseburger or whatever, you know.
I gotta work my TPS reports.
I got to work my TPS reports. Dwayne! Yeah. I thought it would be a fun one to do.
But I gotta say my favorite though is the dumb guy goes to the beach.
Oh, really? I like Dumb Guy. Good. I love you like Dumb Guy.
I'm glad you like Dumb Guy.
Dumb Guy didn't get as many hits as the other ones. I don't know why.
That's quote of the year right below ALS is sad. We got challenged to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, and I started off with ALS is really sad, and then I got water.
That's all he said.
ALS is sad.
ALS is really sad.
Water.
We should do stuff about it.
ALS does suck.
Yeah.
Did you?
I did. On Vine, Mitch Larson challenged me to an ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, and he wasn't the first. And I finally just thought, oh, well, okay. You know?
I guess.
That's the rest of us.
Yeah, he called out 10 people.
10. I called out 0, so we make up for each other.
I'll make up for people.
I felt like it was, by the time that I got challenged to do it, I felt like the whole thing had sort of become a bad chain letter. And I was like, ALS sucks, and ALS needs money, and this has become kind of frivolous. And that is a bit...
There were people who were saying that maybe 75% of the ALS was actually just fraud. People who donated didn't even donate. They just
donated $20. All right.
Yeah,
$20 because it's not important.
But it is a really sad thing, and it does hit a little close to home to us.
Of course.
One of our podcast members had a relative pass due to ALS.
Yeah.
Really sad.
I know.
You don't, with diseases like ALS and cancer or AIDS and all, you don't have to really ask around too far to find somebody that's been touched by that stuff.
Definitely.
So, you can't really choose. You got to donate to research for all of that stuff.
Yep.
Help it.
Yeah, I like that right there.
Stop pouring water on your head and go and help it. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Especially if you live in an area with a drought, please don't dump water on your head. Man, the lakes sure are empty.
Yeah, agriculture also needs your help. So
dump it back in the lake.
Yeah.
No man. So can you do your voice for us? I just have to ask, man.
Which voice?
The Schmoopy-Doo.
Schmoopy-Doo!
That's our new introduction. Can we use that?
Yeah, you can use everything here.
All right.
Yeah.
That was good. I like the spike.
The spike of data. I know. I tried not to do it too loud too, and it's gonna bust out.
It's great.
Chicken.
He's our expert audio engineer.
You bet.
He'll turn it down.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
That's like,
Yeah, I work with them. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So how are you enjoying Jumping Austin right now?
I'm having a great time so far. Yeah, it's been fun. I've been down to 6th Street a couple of times. I still haven't quite managed to eat at Bikinis, but
it's like right down the road, isn't it?
there's another one down the road. I don't know if it's open though. It always looks closed.
It's open.
It's
open. It's just
What do you want to say?
I might miss it. I saw the bats last night. That was really cool.
Yeah, those are fun to watch.
It's fun to watch.
Bats.
if you ever come back and you have the opportunity, it's even more spectacular if you're actually on the river.
I know. I saw a bunch of people down there in kayaks and on like pedal boats and stuff, and I thought these are just there's just some hipsters down there by mistake on pontoon bikes.
And then there's that one guy just swimming.
Yeah.
There's always that one guy just swimming.
One guy just
It
swimming.
said he was drowning.
Yeah.
That's sad.
I'm drowning. Ooh, look at the bats.
Oh my god, that is so awesome. It's really crazy. I think that's the one thing about Austin that I'm never gonna get over is how obsessed these people that live here for like 5+ years are like, hey, let's go see the bats today. And like it's something that they've never seen.
I know. Well, I know.
That bridge is just the worst to cross at that time. It takes like 9 hours, and it's just the worst.
So everyone just stops in the middle of the road, like
Yeah, they're like
the
the bats,
bats.
and I'm like,
Well, I mean that's
keep
where
moving.
that's where you go look at the bats at the Bat Festival when they have it blocked off. Like it's actually pretty cool.
You should come to Bat Fest. It's great.
Yeah.
When's Batfest?
I don't
When's Bat
remember.
Fest?
That's
It's that time of the
super
year,
helpful.
That time of the year.
It's bat
Should
time.
come to Bat
I don't know.
Fest. It's probably like October.
It was last year was around Anna's birthday.
Oh, Anna's birthday. Super helpful.
I remember that date.
Yeah, like late October, August. English is hard, especially when you're in pain and hopped up on bike and
And drinking.
That's a great message for the kids right
Yeah,
now.
that's right. Now. All you kids listening, please
Fucking
enjoy.
role
Please
models.
Yeah.
stay biking and drink.
Fucking role models, man.
You're the best role model.
Well, you're the dudes.
I am the dude.
You are the dude.
Or Jesus, as everybody else calls him.
You can get it.
Everybody in the comment calls him, were you like dressed as Jesus? Like, he's like, no.
So I have a for real question to ask you. Something that's just kind of always been on my mind.
I love that this is a for real question. We're like 10 minutes into the
Yeah, it's
interview.
a for real question, alright? It's for real.
We really only have one question. We save it for the middle.
Yeah, it's a for real question. So how does it feel to like play a character on a show that says like you're literally like Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy? Say one word.
That's not
Occasionally
true.
Occasionally more.
Yeah.
But you're incredibly famous for it.
Well,
And
it's
everyone loves you.
it's odd. That's a more complicated question than it sounds, because how does it feel to play the character? I mean, it feels great. It's great to work. It's great to play a character on anything. But I mean, if you had laid out for me when I'd sort of decided, like if you were the person that I had to come to and tell what I wanted to be when I grew up, I'm going to be an actor. And if you said, okay, well, here's a list of all of the jobs you're ever going to get, one of them is going to make you famous, pick one. Well, it wouldn't have been My Little Pony. It just wouldn't have been. Well, I would have looked at stuff like, I can only speak to what I've been in so far, too, because I'm sure there are a huge number of things that all of the really good stuff is still to come. I hope. But
Don't cry.
but I would have looked at stuff like Fringe, stuff like Stargate, stuff like Supernatural, even though I was cut, stuff like Dark Angel, even though I was cut. I would have looked like,
I think you could be a great Dean Winchester.
Yeah, I know. I'm totally
We should
Dean.
just do an episode where we replace you with Dean Winchester.
I know, totes, right? I should be Dean.
Where's the pie, Sam? That's
Yeah.
all you say.
Where's the pie, Sam?
There you go.
I just put the Dean voice on. How come I'm not sexy anymore?
Hey man, I think you're pretty.
Hey, I know. All right. Let's just keep that between you and me. We'll cut
Not
that.
the rest of the people in the room.
And the rest of the
It'll
people.
be on a t-shirt.
And the internet and T-shirts, but that's
You hear
it.
that, internet? Keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself,
That
internet.
means you, 4chan, the elusive hacker.
That's right.
Why
And
do you look at Justin?
I also want hats, but besides that, nothing else. It's total
Team Fortress.
cone of silence.
I want hats.
Hats.
What kind of hat would you want?
Well, something garish. I want something very feathery.
You want to be Barbosa, basically.
Basically.
I was
Oh,
gonna-
I saw it.
I was gonna say-
My hotel has an old lady conference at it right now, and I saw a lady with a brilliant, like, pillbox hat with
Should've just
enormous
taken it from there.
feathers. I tried.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
I need this.
I need this hat, lady. Thank you for bringing me this hat.
It cost me $2,000.
I know.
No, it's not.
I'm sure she had it pinned to her head. I would have ripped off her entire
Wait.
wig. have no idea what's happening at that hotel. It's kind of
Like
bewildering.
an old lady convention.
Well, I'm sure it's not.
It's like an island.
Called an old
lady.
lady.
That's exactly what it's called. My wonderful wallpaper.
It's a genre.
Oh.
That was one of his birthday gifts.
Yeah.
So I left my computer on and they decided to just.
To put the rock on there. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I kind of just haven't changed it.
It's the rock.
So
Well, that's just by Black Adam.
what?
What? I'm just saying.
You're a nerd. We're all nerds.
Yes. We are.
I was looking at the rock.
Yeah,
It's
that rock.
it's the rock.
It's the rock.
It's,
I'm doing my best mod pie.
It's great. I love this.
It's the rock.
It's
all about rock.
it's the rock.
so one question.
Who's in that movie? It's the rock.
One question we asked Brenda and Vincent that we'd like to ask you if you're okay with
Pass
answering
the
it.
torch.
Well, we'll see what happens after you ask me the question.
Yeah,
I might just be like, no.
Having
Punches you in the face.
Yeah.
He's like, your arms are broken. Let me break something else.
How did you break your arms?
I flipped over my handlebars. Somebody cut me off from behind. Didn't have that much time to react to it.
Tricycle riding is tough, right?
You just gotta start coming up with a better story than that. Like I was fighting endless ninjas.
You know when you say
No, no.
flipped over handlebars, please say bicycle.
Whatever.
I just assume motorcycle.
I know that's what everyone's assuming is a motorcycle.
It really was a tricycle. Anyway, what's the question?
What's the question? I might answer it now because I've teased you. I might feel like I owe you
Having
the
gone
answer.
to numerous conventions, what is one of the creepiest things you've ever encountered other than his wallpaper?
His wallpaper, I think, might be it.
That's not creepy. That's hot.
Yeah.
There hasn't been, for me, a whole lot of super creepiness. It's been pretty good.
I mean,
I was worried about it.
Directly towards you. I mean, I'm discounting Trevor Duvall's ice cubes at Fiesta Equestria last year.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty weird. But
But I wouldn't go so far as to say that was creepy. Like,
but the girl put the ice cubes in her mouth.
well, Trevor's a sexy guy, right?
All right.
It was as close as she probably ever got to kissing him, so.
Fair enough.
Or maybe not, I don't know.
Never even thought of that.
Something
Right.
happened later that night with the ice cube.
I have no idea. I was not with Trevor at every moment, so I cannot speak for Trevor, nor for the girl, because I just don't know. But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot that happens which is odd, because okay, look, as fans of the show, there's sort of this presupposition that as an actor on the show, I am in this category called celebrity,
Yeah.
right? But before this show, I was not in that category, right? Like, I'm just this guy who's been plugging away, doing day jobs on shows, and then all of a sudden this happened. And so I'm like, for me, I just feel like I'm this person who has suddenly been put into the spotlight. So it's all very new.
Yeah.
So with that sort of sudden change in how people perceive me comes a whole lot of oddness, like ice cubes and things like that. But you come very quickly to understand a lot of that oddness as par for the course in its way, right? People do behave differently around me now than they did 2 years ago. So you just come to accept it as kind of, this is what happens now. And that is, that's interesting, but I can't really classify it as creepy. In its way, it's actually really flattering. I know.
If you could be
I know you broke your
direct-
arms for me personally, so thank you.
What you don't know is this is a pity interview.
Thank you.
You're interviewing him only because his arms are broken. Normally,
Yeah.
Peter's like, peasants. He just leaves. He's like,
Yeah.
Drew, these people are talking to me. Hit them.
We tried to get Natasha Levenger for this interview, but she declined. So
She's like, I'm just
I'm far too important.
feeling.
I will not share my wonderful world with you people.
I think it's beautiful that that's your view on it. It's a beautiful view.
You know,
It's a better view.
I think one can only go through one's life, no matter what happens to you. I think you can only approach what is going on around you with a sense of curiosity and wonder. And if you start to treat it differently than that, then you start to become different than you are. This is an adventure. From the moment you burst forth from your mother, you're on a trip, and you have to, you're going to have days which suck, and you're going to have days which rule, and you're going to have whole stretches of time that you think, what is the point? And you have whole stretches of time that you think, this is the best ride I've ever been on. And I think you just have to say, let's see what happens next. Because something different is going to happen next. Even at those times when you think it's not. The best thing in the world might happen tomorrow. And so, I can only take a look at this entire phenomenon and go, wow. How fantastic and wonderful this is. And so, creepy to me, well, nah, I haven't had anything really creepy happen to me.
All right.
Damn, that was deep.
I get deep sometimes, man. You put a bunch of beer inside me. I'm getting. Have I talked to you about eternity yet? Because seriously, you guys, have you ever looked at a star and gone, how far away is that? Next time, look between the stars, man. Look between the stars. There is no light coming from there. No light old enough to make your retina. Drink to that, man. That's deep. Space is deep.
If you want to talk eternity, let's talk the golden path.
Oh, the golden path. Let's bring this right back to Whale Boy.
I sat in on your panel a little while yesterday, and I was kind of kind of amazed by your whole demeanor. You're just taking everything nice, calm, and then I come up and I ask you about the golden path. You're just like, oh God. No.
I'm good. Don't ever ask me about that again.
I don't even know. The golden path really is a MacGuffin, right? There is no golden path.
How could you say that? You just shattered everyone's dreams. You can't just say stuff. You can't just be walking around like there's no golden path. It's
Of course there's not.
They pause the video and say, I'm done.
That's right.
It's like,
Now put a link to the golden path.
alright. We will.
The golden path is going to be a link to that really deep, long, beautiful quote. It's going to be trees in the background, and it's just
some tweeting birds.
It's just the whole thing is like,
Yeah.
Peter New, BFF 2014.
ALS is sad.
Keep the whole thing.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
You mentioned
Golden path.
You mentioned us getting you liquored up. I was going to ask you how you like it.
It's delicious. It's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah. I really like it, actually, a lot. I want more.
Well, unfortunately, this was my only bottle.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing
You
it.
can keep the bottle.
No, that's fine. I keep the bottle.
I'll take the bottle.
Take it
drink
right
the
now.
bottle.
Take the bottle.
Drinking booze.
Keep the bottle.
It's like remember us, like that scar that burns in your memory.
That's right.
Oh my god, that time I had to interview that dude with the broken arms.
Jesus with broken arm.
Broken Jesus!
I don't know. Like
It's like
breaking
a
breaking
man
glass in
there,
front of
you
Brenda
Jesus.
was pretty eventful.
Was it? Did you break glass in front of Brenda?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
me and Tux were.
He dropped it all of that far, and it just shattered.
Yeah,
Oh, I
I
hate
was
when that
holding my
happens.
glass while I was talking about Brenda at the.
Don't
VIP.
reenact.
I'm not gonna reenact it.
Do not break
So,
my
I was
glass.
just holding it and like got about like this far while I was putting it back down, and it slipped out of my hands and just shattered in my hand. Brenda just gets up and walks off like I'm done. And I'm like, God damn it.
Dude can't handle it.
Did she really? Did she just leave?
She didn't walk out of the room, but she just got up and walked off the table.
She walked about
I'm
8 feet
done.
away. She's like,
Yeah.
and this was in the middle of a VIP cocktail session, so she had to be there. She couldn't just leave.
She's like, it's just like, dude, that was awesome. I was like, really? Like, and it's like, oh, shut up.
Hey, Brenda! She's just like, I can't.
That was incredibly unsmooth.
It's like
It does seem like it was unsmooth.
Vincent actually did a Twitter post about it. Like BFP was really excited, got to meet a lot of cool people. There was broken glass.
Yeah.
Somebody got
Did some
married.
dancings.
Pants were soaked.
Oh god.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Yay!
Anything you want to ask us?
Go for it, man.
Well, no.
See, that's why he's my new favorite person for interview. No.
It's not
Like,
that
where are
he
you
doesn't
going
have questions for us. It's probably more that he doesn't want to know any more than he already does. It's one of those things like, if I
Let
know
me
any
tell you
more
my
about
life
this guy,
story.
something
No,
tells
we
me
go not.
that I'm going to be bound to these
In
areas
Ireland.
for
In
life.
Ireland.
Which is also Mexico.
Ireland,
And
Mexico.
also conveniently Puerto Rico.
Convenient.
Yeah.
I always thought that the world outside of U.S. borders was really just one place.
Yeah. It really is.
Built on
Wait, aren't you Canadian?
Yeah, Canada, Ireland, Mexico. That's where I'm from.
I was about to say you're already like half American, if you think that.
Well, no, technically we're his pants.
I'm-
We're
yeah,
his
I'm-
pants.
Yeah, you got. I'm right now. I'm in my own pants. Deep in my own pants. I might add. This is
That crevice was-
just about as far south as you can
Deep
get in
south.
my pants.
Right where you can
Canada's
feel the body
pen.
heat. Slender.
This
They're going
conversation
too
is-
low.
It's taking a turn for the worse.
It has. It has. Let me just qualify that and say one does need to have a good pair of pants. And America, you are a really good pair of pants. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we scare off most of the competition when you wear them. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh shoot, he's got those pants. I
See,
want
somewhere
those
out
That's right. That's right.
He's got like the
I
leather,
think that's gonna
the
be our
leather
interview
ski
title.
pants.
Yeah.
America's the best pants.
Yeah.
You know what's that?
You couldn't ask for better pants, really.
You couldn't. What about Mexico?
Those Canada's shoes.
Canada's shoes.
Just trip on everything.
What type of shoes?
Like good shoes,
Are
seriously.
they
So,
chocolates?
so that,
Wow. I hate you.
so
I've never been to Mexico. I'd like to go to Mexico.
It's beautiful. We should go sometime. You
All right,
and
let's
us
go.
together. Let's go sometime.
Let's do it.
Let's take a vacation.
It's the
He'll
ride.
never come back alive.
Where should I go in Mexico? If I'm gonna go one time only, where would it be?
Go to Cancun. Go see the beaches.
Go to Cancun. You're the only person ever who has said go to
Go
Cancun.
to
That's-
Acapulco. Go to Acapulco.
You think so?
I personally prefer the small, specialized
Don't
fishing villages like
go
Saltillo.
straight into Mexico City because it's cool. It's the biggest city in the world.
Yeah.
But God, is there so many people there and it's horrible.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing for me is I don't want to do like an all inclusive. Like
Yeah.
I'd
Just
rather
go to Acapulco, lay on the beach with a martini and a little umbrella in it,
Mhm.
and just sip on it for like 3 hours. And then after 3 hours, you're like, cool, time to go home, get on your private jet. boat,
Yeah,
steam
that's because
plane,
I have a
and
private
just
jet.
fly away. Yeah.
Like, I'm done.
It just says "Yup" right on the fucking jet. Yup.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, there goes Peter.
that's right.
There goes Peter.
It's just a bright red plane with a green apple on the tail. Yup.
Right on the ass, but it says "Schmoopy Doo."
I can just spell that with my jet trail.
Morse code.
Yeah.
No, he actually spells it out. It's like, we don't wear seatbelts on this plane. Just gotta grab as hard as he can.
Right.
We're going for the loop now.
At this point, are we just going for like the running gag of what kind of sound effects everybody important is going to have when they go and fly off? Because now we've got Living Tombstone with Shalom and flies off, and now we've got Yo and just out of here.
Brenda didn't have one.
No,
No, that's good. She would have had one except the glass breaking. Scared.
Well, that's hers. It's glass breaking. It's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. I'm out of here. That's
Gone.
Brenda's noise.
Done.
Vincent's was singing 96,000 from In the Heights.
Yeah.
Just
Uh-huh.
slowly shimmies his way through the sky.
Shimmies.
We have video of him doing a little dance. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
He was telling us
Oh,
that
he's an impressive fellow.
Oh yeah.
he was amazing. He was telling us that he's
But he doesn't wear cool hats like you, so it's just,
I know. I have to make up for my shortcomings.
Admittedly, like a lot of you guys have like a huge range of talents. Like all the people that you work with have a really crazy range of
Absolutely.
talents. It's really curious.
That's absolutely true.
What time are you looking at?
I'm always impressed going into the studio, I mean, people ask a lot of, one of the questions I get asked a lot is who inspires you or some version of that. And ultimately, the most inspiration I get is from the people that I work with, because you put yourself in a room with Tabitha St. Germain or Sam Vincent or Lee Tokar or Ashley Ball, any of these people, and it's just remarkable.
There's
just
like
to be able
curious synergy back there that you just kind of get hip to it. It's like, you know what? Yeah, we can just knock out whatever it is that we want to.
That's right.
You have such a diverse range of talents in one spot that it's just hard to believe that there's nothing that you guys can't accomplish. So
it feels like that. It feels like if if I can't do it, then someone else can do it, and that's it.
Nobody can say yup like you.
Nobody can. That's
Not
true.
a single damn person on this planet.
No, I am the champion of
Yup.
monosyllabic voice
No.
performance.
Yups and nopes.
Yups and nopes.
And nopes.
Thank you.
You need to start doing maybe.
I know. I want to do
Can
maybe.
we do some best impression of maybe with big action?
Maybe.
There we go. See?
Yeah, I would love to do a maybe on the
Yeah, let's
show,
do
but
maybe.
it's not up to me.
Or what about a meh?
Meh.
yes,
Meh.
Perfect. You know what? You know what? I have something.
We'll pull this audio.
You'll be the next princess in the series. You're princess.
Fingers crossed.
just
I-
go ask Emma Larson. He'll probably be like,
I-
yeah,
I was
we
gonna
could
say
need
we'll
another
pull
princess.
that audio for your baby and tweet it to M.A. Larson and be like, make this happen.
Yeah, you could do. You know what? The whole thing about Princess Big Mac is
You thought this out.
I have. Well, I have.
He's just sitting in his room. He's like, yeah, Princess Big Mac.
Gotta have it. No,
Drinking
here's the thing.
his scotch.
When there was all the kerfuffle before the season 3 finale came out about the fact that Twilight was gonna get wings, I was watching it go back and forth on Twitter with Larson. People going, I can't believe you're going to do this and whatever, and being mad at him.
Destroying the integrity of the show.
Mad at him for something that hadn't even happened yet. I tweeted to him right away that it should be Princess Big Mac. Right away. I was like, that's what's going to happen next. Then at the next con I was at, I asked Pixel Kitties to make me a Princess Big Mac piece of art so that I could have that at the con, which was there. And then, just because I thought that it was so, to me, foolish to be mad at Larson for making something happen on an episode which he didn't even pitch, right?
Yeah, that's probably one of the downsides to it, is that there is that closed-minded aspect of things, and it does. It sucks to hear about very often.
Yeah.
And it
Well,
does
you know
happen.
what? People start to believe their own headcanon, and it's like, you know
it's
what?
like,
And
but
entitlement
that's-
leads into that closed-mindedness, and that just...
Yeah.
Look,
Right,
man, I'm
Tyler Will
still
never
pissed,
stop.
man. Hashtag where's Princess Big Mac 2014.
Make it happen.
Alright, it needs to happen.
You heard it here.
That's
Well,
right,
it's-
M.A. Larson. We're calling you out for the Princess Big Mac Ice Bucket Challenge.
That's happening in my headcanon right now.
Just dump an ice bucket. Boom, you're a princess.
That's right. That's how it happens.
So I
actually.
think to end
That's where she disappeared to for a couple of minutes in the season 3 finale when she pops out of the fantasy world with Princess Celestia. Before she comes back to Equestria, she's just doing the ice bucket challenge somewhere. That's to get her wings.
It's like, this is how it ends.
Yeah.
This is how it feels. Nothing.
So to end this on a good note, I would love for you to
To end this on a great note, the best note we can end it on. I want your impression of Princess Big Mac.
Yup.
Damn.
That's about as good as
Groundbreaking. You hear that?
I know, right?
Groundbreaking.
He wouldn't be any different. He would just have wings.
He would just have wings,
Yeah.
and a horn.
Yeah.
Would he be like infinite power, like
Just
like when Castiel gets god powers and supernatural, he's just like destroying heaven and stuff?
Well, no, I think a better. I think a
I
better.
don't think he would run away with it. I think he would have infinite power, but he'd just be like, gotta buck some apples, you know? Like,
It's
If only I had somebody that would these apples faster. Wow.
Other people to do that
No,
for you.
No,
admittedly,
you just do
the way I can imagine it in my head is like, as soon as you become Princess Big Mac, just like you've seen the Old Spice commercials. You just suddenly turn into him. Either that or Terry Crews. Either one. You know,
I want
take
him to be
your
Isaiah Mustafa.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm all of those things at once. I am one with Mustafa and Old Spice guy.
Terry Crews.
And Terry Crews. That's
Just
right.
make another son because there was
Double
enough
Sun
son.
Eaters.
Yeah, double rainbow princess
Peter.
Peter.
2014.
Mustafa
Mustafa.
Old Spice.
New.
America of life forever.
Pants.
If we were
What other- how many in jokes?
Pants with some junk.
Pants. Shoes.
I feel bad for Canada because you guys don't have a shirt and you guys don't have a hat. You need a hat.
We have
Well,
a
no,
hat.
like-
It's the Arctic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it like levitate slightly off of your head then?
As it melts.
Actually, Alaska's like a little bulletin.
Yeah, Alaska's like our feather.
That is one other curious thing that I noticed. With all the fancy hats that you wear, Big Mac in the show never actually wears them. Do you think you'll ever get a nod off to all the cool hats you wear?
I think I got a nod off on Littlest Pet Shop. There was an episode that aired recently where a couple of koalas played by myself and Lee Tokar come in, and they're basically the Hatfields and the McCoys. For some reason, they're talking in. They were this kind of koala. I don't know why. They were koalas with Tennessee's, like Hatfield McCoy accents.
They're really just
And-
raccoons that were painted.
And so they separate the pets into two groups, and then there's this whole feud that happens. But each of the koalas makes one pet his sort of general or something,
Deputy.
his deputy or whatever. And so Sunil gets made into a deputy, and Sunil immediately says, "Deputy, I need a hat," and goes into a fantasy where he's at this haberdashery trying on different hats. And I don't know, but I feel like that might be a little bit to do with me.
I'm not.
I still think my favorite thing ever.
Speaking of haberdasheries, I'm not sure if they're still open at that location or if they've relocated, but there is a very nice haberdashery that used to be on 6th Street called Hatbox.
Hat box. 6 and what?
I don't remember, but I think they
I
closed
can find
down. You have the Googles?
Yeah.
You can Google?
The Googles?
The Googles!
Tell me of this Google.
He's an
Do
elaborate
you know the
guy,
internet?
just like 4chan. He's a singular person.
Why do you keep looking at Jesse when you say
Yeah,
4chan?
It's just a
4chan.
collection.
My secret Sebastian shit.
You are 4chan.
It's him!
Show me your /MLP.
Wrong person to ask that to. So, you're gone.
Have you read the My Little Pony comic at all? 'Cause
I've read some of
You
it.
need to read the one where I want there to be an episode of the one where Big Mac goes to get the box of nails.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fun
always
comic.
great.
Make that
That's
into an
really
episode.
funny.
It's a fun
A
comment.
beautiful art.
Being chased by that one.
The one Wonderbolt.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name.
It's just like,
Fuck if I remember.
Like, I love you, Big Mac.
Well, I think it's good. This has been a good episode.
yeah, this is great.
Thank you
It's
very
been
much.
all right.
Okay.
I've been okay. I wanted to before.
So much for taking your time.
It's been a real pleasure, you guys. It's been lots and lots
It's
of
been
fun.
wonderful.
I have to
Would you like
finish
to
my
lead us
meal.
out? Give us an outro of some kind. Whatever you want.
Okay. When you go and watch the Whale Boy sketch to find out about the Golden Path, I want you to be aware that I am wearing a stocking on my face, which is really too tight. And underneath the stocking, in order that I can see maybe 10%, I have little the lenses from a pair of plastic sunglasses popped out and just put on top of my eyes, so that because otherwise the stocking was pressing my eyelids closed.
Oh my God.
So in order to see, I have little.
That was a really thick stocking. It looked more like a swim cap when I watched
Well,
it.
it's a stocking, and then they painted it,
Oh.
right? And then
Well, that would do it.
they covered it with makeup to make me look like an orca.
Beautiful.
So please go and watch Whale Boy because.
Thank God.
That's it.
Now we're done.
Yeah.
Everybody have a wonderful day.
Chicken, 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 chicken!